You reached out to her to console her. She reached out to me, by the way. She put it out there that you called her. She DM'd me immediately.
Well.
I don't have her number. I don't even remember her name. I'm gonna go home and try to figure it out. I will search through my DMs. I will prove it to you.
Saying this for 4 years. Show us. Just show us.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. And today, I'm about to talk a little bit about the Real Housewives of Orange County. Later, I might be talking about Kenny and Janae from Beyond the Villa. I like the show. It wasn't something I was going to review, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to give a little shot to it. But y'all like, comment, subscribe, let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag.
All right, so when I first watched Orange County, it was nothing to run home about. I was like, okay, it's okay drama, but my whole thing is like, a lot of this shit happened post the reunion or right before the reunion.
Control the fact that the nanny reached out to her. However, instead of telling me or ignoring it, she connected the nanny with the podcaster.
So they could have talked about it, but they didn't. And just let you know, I'm gonna go to the gym, so if y'all see any dust flying around, girl, that is pre-workout, not cocaine.
Oh, what?
I think with Orange County is that was Katie messy? Yes. Very much so. Katie obviously was how can you say,
a messy bitch.
Now the question comes in, are the girls doing a lot? Yes. Gina, Emily, that first episode, fuck you bitches. Fuck you. Because at the end of the day, she's saying that, yeah, my grown ass daughter wanted to go on a podcast. She wanted a podcast, she's gonna talk about it. They're like, our kids don't get involved.
Kids don't go on podcasts. But you were okay with it. I don't know.
About Kylie telling her truth?
Yes, I was okay with that. I was pissed. You talk about my custody.
Like Emily, Gina, please. Of course your kids aren't going to get involved. Aren't they in elementary school, middle school? Like, come on now. If my mom, and I'm a grown-ass adult, 18 up, and my mom's over here battling a girl on TV, and you think I'm going to sit here idly by and not say nothing on behalf of my mother? Are you crazy? Yeah. I don't care what I got to say. That's my mama.
Shannon. I feel for Shannon, but Shannon's not a victim at all. Like we said last year, Shannon, I respect you. I'm happy that you took accountability. However, you did run your car into someone's motherfucking house. So wanting to shame someone else is kind of crazy, but we're going to get into that. Emily talks about her son having ARFA, I think what it was called. There's a popular YouTuber and TikToker that's online, and she talked about her her journey with the diagnosis.
To a therapist. She told me that he definitely has ARFID, which stands for Avoidance Restrictive Food Intake Disorder.
Of like food avoidance, and it's very interesting to watch. And I'm just like, oh my god, like I eat. Like, you see these big old boobies, like, girl, I eat. Like, I love me some food, girl. Like, that's just one thing I do. Like, so. But I can understand and that some people have a food avoidance. There's people that battle with bulimia. There's people that battle with anorexia. I understand that, and I respect the boundaries that they're trying to create and the help that they're trying to get. I try to be very mindful with the words that I use. Sometimes you say shouldn't just, I get it. But yeah. So Emily talks about that with her son, and I'm just like, you know, I feel for her because when it comes to you, like she said, like, how can I help my son when, you know, he's saying I'm starving? Oh, you want to eat this? No. I'm so hungry. You want to eat this? Like, no. I'm like, damn, I feel so bad, you know? We transport over and we see Tamra.
I have been crying since last week's session. Because of what we talked about?
Tamra's talking about the fact that she is on the spectrum, which, to be honest, I think everybody's on the spectrum at some point. Like, girl, there's a spectrum for a reason. Everybody's gonna land somewhere on that bitch. I think Tamra was very open with the fact that she was like, yeah, you know, I'm on the spectrum, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. And she was talking about how excuse me, how, you know, people bashed her and went at her and just called her, like, just saying like, oh girl, you can't just go to therapy, they diagnose you, like, you're on the spectrum, blah, blah. Cool. My whole thing is, I'm not gonna pick apart no person's situation about, like, if they're autistic or whatever. There was a girl in our friend group back when I was in college. I think I was a a sophomore in college, And she was just like, you know, the reason why I lash out and the reason why I do things is because I'm autistic.
My podcast, and I misspoke. I shouldn't have said anything. I just did my first therapy session. What? I am on the spectrum.
And my friends were just like, okay, yeah. I was just the only one to just put two and two together where it's just like, I don't care for this bitch. She cool, but like, girl, that excuse for you to over here, when we're over here don't want to do something, like, I don't want to eat there. Bitch, I don't know who that man in your voice is, but I don't give a fuck about none of that. You saying that you're autistic does not excuse the fact of your badass behavior. I don't give a fuck about none of that, bitch. So she always does that, just like, oh, well, you know, the reason why I snap at you guys and I over here put my hands in your face is because I'm autistic.
Now, let me clarify. If someone is unaware that they're on the spectrum of autistic, high-functioning autistic, right? That's one thing. But to be aware and cognitively make the choice to lash out on people and then right after say, well, it's because I'm autistic, that is trying to shift accountability for something that goes on with you. And my whole thing is that's where I don't accept that.
Well, girl, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Absolutely not. Talking about, oh, well, so I think Tamara's trying to do that as well, where she's just like, oh, well, this is why, you know, I act out because I was on the spectrum. That does not give you the right, the license to treat people the way that you do. Tamara, you treat people actually horrible at times. You aren't loyal. You throw people under the bus, and then you bring it back to your fucking messy ass podcast to just be salacious and say some of the most horrible things.
It was very hurtful. People think that I don't have feelings, and it's not true. And I'm tired of being called a horrible human being because I'm not.
At some point, absolutely not. Like, you don't get no pass just because, oh, well, you know, they say I'm on the spectrum. Look, I can respect that. I'm not going to shame you for that at all. But don't use that as an excuse to try to escape accountability of your behavior, ma'am. Now we get to Heather and Terry. Big balling. Heather and Terry got the money. Heather and Terry got the house. Heather and Terry, they doing it, right? They're like, oh, we got this Beverly Hills house. You know, we don't live in OC anymore. We got Beverly Hills. So she's just like, yeah, you know, we got this contractor. He was supposed to do what he had to do. He didn't do what he had to do, and now everything looks a hot ass. So she's just like, yeah, you know, we probably just want to sell it, redo the floors, and we're gonna have to let it go. Shannon and Heather's daughters both are in Europe. Shannon's daughter, I think, is in Amsterdam. Heather's daughter is in Paris. And it's crazy that I can recite all of this off the top of the dome, and I don't even like to show Patucci's though. My main thing is the fact that we're about to deep dive into Katie.
There was this content creator that was putting stories out there that I was saying is a lie, and you will hear from my attorney.
I like Katie. I think a girl that comes in and can last more than 2 seasons, you know, I'm just like, and especially be the target every time, I like Katie. So the whole situation about the babysitter comes, and basically the babysitter was saying something about Emily's mother. Basically saying that Emily treat people bad, she kind of rude, which might be true. So she was just like, oh, well, you put the babysitter in contact with this podcast for them. My whole thing is this. I might could have put her in contact with whoever, but bitch, if she wanted that story out, she could have went to motherfucking TikTok.
Reached out to her to console her. She reached out to me, by the way. She put it out there that you called her.
And she was saying, well, the reason why I did it, Katie, the reason why I did it was because I was upset, which is cool. My whole thing is, after they over here ran her ragged, and after they did what they did to Katie at that reunion about her family and bringing up a situation about her custody, girl, I don't give a fuck what I did. Because at this point, bitch, you want to play dirty. If you want to play dirty, I'm going to play dirty too. You're a bad mom. I'm sending it to the blogs. Cut that out. But this whole thing just snowballed. And then they have this meeting at the end of the episode where she's just like, yeah, you know, you're over here talking about talking about my kids, don't bring up my kids. And I'm just like, Emily, she didn't bring up your kids. She brought up you.
But I was pissed. That's not an excuse, Katie. And I didn't retaliate by bringing somebody's kids into it.
Low-key being a bad mom. Do I think Emily's a bad mom? I've never seen her mother, so I don't know. The only person that can really dictate if she's a bad mom or not is her kids. or maybe her husband, but that's it. Like, you can't say someone is a bad mom if the only person, like Jackie, kids can probably say that Jack is a bad mom. But it's like, how can you say someone's a bad mom if you're not the one being mothered? You know? But also, Katie, you're getting yourself in a little hot water because of the recording and the whole DMs. They're asking you, Tamara sits you down like, oh girl, they talk about you over here DMing and woo 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 woo. Like, what's going on? And she's like, well, when I get home, I'm gonna figure this out. And I'm like, no, Katie, I like you. Pull it out right now. Yeah, pull that shit out right now. We don't have to wait till you get home. Prove it to me right now. Pull that shit out right now and prove it to me right now. No? So you're lying. Guilty until proven innocent at this point, because girl, I don't got time. Pull it out right now. Why can't we pull it out right now?
Renee, I'm gonna go home and try to figure it out. I will search through my DMs. I will prove it to you.
Why can't we pull it out right now? So this whole recording thing becomes an issue in the next episode, because they're like, oh well, you know, Katie tells fucking Tamara that she recorded Shannon
To say, I'm gonna have a host a lunch on Friday. Things that you're doing within this group, it feels like you are trying to hurt all of us.
that Katie recorded her. And Shannon's livid. Like, that's invasion of privacy. How could she do that? That is so crazy. Oh my God. Why would she do that? Girl, oh my Jesus, oh my word. And don't get me wrong, I think it is kind of like creepy to record somebody under the pretense of that they're your friend. If they're your friend, why would you want to record? Now, don't get me wrong, have I recorded people in my day? I sure have. If I'm beefing with a bitch and I know she's a fucking liar, yeah, I'm about to record you, bitch. Because I know what type of the bitch you are. But if it's a friend or whatever, girl, I've never recorded a friend.
Up to it, I called her on Instagram. You've done things to all of us, including you. Tamara just told me that last year she recorded you at the gallery shoot.
No one would do this. Okay. A conversation with a friend, that's kind of, now that's invasion of privacy. But somebody I don't care for, that's why I with Katie, I'm just like, why would you record Shannon when Shannon has been the one that has been with you and been for you the whole time? That don't make no sense, girl. Shannon has had your back and really has spoke up for you. So Katie's just like, well, you know, I just feel bad that, you know, it has went this route. And I'm just like, yeah, girl, I'll feel bad too, because now you really is solo for dolo with the only person being Jen who is with you. Now on to Jen. Jen's trying to get married, and I'm looking at Jen like, girl, you're over here about to have a beach wedding in Malibu in a bikini.
Hot gym guy's house. Should I go upstairs and take one for the team to Ryan? Why? Because he didn't pick you, Tamara?
The way Jen and Ryan in this little segment wrapped up Tamara, just ping-ponging back and forth, boom, 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 gagging her. And I was just like, I'm not even mad at it, because last year, Tamara, you did go above and beyond to someone that you consider a friend, and tried to expose them, got police involved, talked about any type of potential, you know, charges. It was very dark. A girl, you over here should have used retrospectively talking about you change, you're going to therapy. Girl, you should have thought about that when you over here got baptized in that water. I said, oh. Oh.
I maybe I'm a traditional type of person, but I just know my type of wedding I would want. Hopefully, you know, I'm not gonna tell you about my love life, but you know, there's somebody I'm eyeing right now, and you know. But I'm a bougie ass bitch, so like, girl, I'm looking at either a castle. We can go to Asheville, North Carolina. As random as that is, if you ever heard of the Biltmore, bitch, the Biltmore State, baby, I would get married on that. Walk in, bam, walk in, boom, walk in, glitz. Like, give it the da-da-da like it needs to, right? Gretchen's joining the show. And Gretchen's still upset about the whole Tamara thing, calling her husband Smiley, whatever. My whole thing is this with Gretchen. It's like, girl, don't do what Alexis did. Alexis came on as a bop. And a wab too.
I don't really care to have a friendship with this woman. I mean, she said horrible things about me. Just made up lies.
Yeah,
right.
So you're talking about Captain Evil.
But very much a bop for a man. And don't come on and just say, you know what? This is the new me. The first episode, I'm gonna sit down, talk to Tamara, get our shit out the way. And after that, let me over here live this housewife life. Girl, you live this life. So we don't need to keep revisiting a situation that was, you know, whatever. I would come on and say, hey, at the end of the day, I don't fuck with you because what you did with my husband. You said some things that I did not like that was crossing the line. But hopefully we can move forward and find a friendship. But as of right now, I don't trust you. So I'm going to be handling you with kid gloves / or bitch gloves. Either or. So that's that. Everybody's over here on Katie's ass about this recording thing. And they don't trust her. And my whole thing is, I get it. The recording thing is kind of weird, Katie. I can't really defend you on that one, girl. I don't know why you would want to record someone, but especially in this situation, knowing there's cameras, knowing these girls are going to come for you. Like, I don't know why you would want to do that, Katie. You really set yourself up for the motherfucking okie doke.
Kidding me. Katie was sitting right next to me in Sonoma.
Now she's recording me? No one has listened to that but my husband.
So, Katie, now I have to look at you crazy because you talking about I didn't record, but now the only person that listened to it was your husband. Ma'am, what?
And then the thing I don't like about Katie is the fact that you really can't take accountability. Like, just say, yeah, girl, I recorded you, and what? But no, you're not saying that, and that's where the problem's coming in. Let me go take this trash out. Slight omission. So that was my only thing with Katie, where I'm just like, girl, at some point, you're recording people and these supposed to be your friends. And that's where the problem's coming in. Like, thank you. Why would you want to record your friend? I think at this point, Katie's in a rock and a hard place. People aren't going to trust her, and they have proof to show that, yeah, you're a fucking liar. Because you did DM, you talking about, oh, I didn't DM, oh, the recorder, I took accountability for it. But it's just like, why, of all people, girl, Shannon, the one that had your back, that's the part I'm stuck on. So now I'm just like, girl, at this point, you over here looking stuck on stupid, because now you got the girl that you over here cool with, da-da-da with, perfect. The girl you over here da-da-da with and do all that with, now she over here don't trust you.
Things that nobody at this table has done. She gave information about my kids. Tamara did that to me too. Everyone has done things.
So I feel like personally the girls are trying to get rid of Katie. They trying to do whatever they got to do to get rid of Katie. And at that point, I'm just like, girl, it's going to be your fault. But I like Katie. I'm not going to say I like Katie. I feel like Katie is a beautiful woman. She got wealth. She had a bad situation earlier in her life. She came back up and she did what she should do. I like Katie. I like her story. I just think she put herself in some compromising positions. One, with the Heather thing about the paparazzi, which I do think Heather did it, but tweak his out. And then 2 and 3, the recording. Maybe it's strategic. Maybe it's she's strategically doing that. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I might keep on recording Real Housewives of Orange County, but we will see, because the girls haven't really been giving much so far. But y'all, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Brian Keith, LG, Black Butte. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let a guy stop a jolly, break your ear here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. If you